Hello, we're here for another video. Okay, today we have the square root of 25 over the square root of 10. So that's equal to, the square root of 25 is 5 over the square root of 10. And so what you can do here is, you can go ahead and write this as 5 over the square root of 10. Multiply the top and bottom by the square root of 10. And you get square root of 10 over the square root of 10 is 1. So you can multiply any fraction by 1. So you get 5 square root of 10 over the square root of 10 times the square root of 10, believe it or not, is 10. Alright? So then you have to reduce it. 5 divided by 5 is 1. This is a 2. So it ends up being the square root of 10 over 2. Okay, that's it. There is another way to do it. You could do it this way. You could do the square root of 25 over the square root of 10. I probably wouldn't do it this way, but this is the square root of 25 over 10. Can you reduce 25 and 10? Yeah, you can reduce it because 5 goes in the 25 and 10. So this becomes a 5, this becomes a 2. It ends up being the square root of 5 over 2. Right? Now, so then we take, this becomes the square root of 5 over the square root of 2, which is the square root of 5 over the square root of 2. Then the square root of 2 is the denominator. We want to get rid of that, so multiply the top and bottom by the square root of 2. See, up on the top part of the problem, the same problem, but the first way we did it, there was a square root of 10. Get rid of the square root of 10, multiply the top and bottom by the square root of 10. The square root of 10 times the square root of 10 is the square root of 100, which is 10. All right? So this ends up being the square root of 10 over the square root of 2 times the square root of 2 is the square root of 4, which is 2. Okay, this also works. Oh, that's fine as well. All right, let's go to another problem. Let's go to number 6. We've done one like this in class. You could write this as, well, square root of 4 times the square root of 2 over the square root of 4 times the square root of 5. Now notice, you could just cancel these out. Square root of 4 divided by the square root of 4 is 1. So, right? So we end up getting the square root of 2 over the square root of 5. Well, since square root of 5 is the denominator, we're going to take this problem and we're going to multiply the top and bottom by the square root of 5. What do we get? We get the square root of 10 over 5. And that's our answer. Square root of 10 over 5. Now we could have done it a different way. Why don't we do that, all right? Different people do things differently. So we could have done the square root of 8 over the square root of 20. We could have put it all under one square root. What number goes in the 8 and 20? Well, 2 does, so does 4. So divide by 4, and we get square root of 2 over 5. This is equal to the square root of 2 over the square root of 5. All right? Now, which is equal to the square root of 2 over the square root of 5. Now, since we have a square root of 5 in the denominator, let's multiply the top and bottom by the square root of 5, which is equal to square root of 2. Because remember, if you want to get rid of the denominator of square root of 5, multiply the top and bottom by the square root of 5. Remember, the square root of 5 over the square root of 5 is 1. You can multiply any fraction by 1. Square root of 2 times the square root of 5 is the square root of 10. Square root of 5 times the square root of 5 is the square root of 25, which is equal to 5. And there we go. That's the second way of doing it. And that's it. Thank you. Bye-bye.